All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about one of the most critical, yet honestly often overlooked phases in a hotel's life, that final sprint from recruitment to opening day. This is really where a property's promises are put to the ultimate test. This quote really gets to the heart of the matter. While guests are dazzled by the grand lobby and the beautiful rooms, the real foundation for success, that's built behind the scenes. And this period right here is what determines whether your team starts day one energized and engaged or, well, frustrated and already demoralized. Hello, and a very warm welcome to all the students from Europe Hotel School. I'm your host, an AI expert specializing in modern hospitality operations, and I am absolutely thrilled to be guiding you on this part of your online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in this incredible industry. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to break down this pre-opening phase into 5 key pillars. We'll start with the big picture, the unseen foundation, then get into the nitty-gritty of onboarding, the importance of the uniform, what I call the heart of the hotel, and finally, that all-important final countdown to day one. Okay, so let's start with this core idea. Think of it like this. The front of house dazzle, that's what the guest sees. But the employee's experience? That's the massive unseen foundation that holds everything up. Getting hundreds of new hires ready all at once, that doesn't just happen by magic. It's the result of some seriously meticulous strategic planning. All right, let's talk about our first major pillar, onboarding. And let me be clear, this is so much more than just paperwork. Onboarding is the hotel's very first, most tangible promise to its new team members. It's the moment you prove to them that they made the right decision to join your brand. Now, what I really love about this definition is how broad it is. See, it's not just about getting a staff ID and a locker key. It's about integrating them into the culture, getting them comfortable with the systems, and helping them build that crucial social network. It's a whole process designed to make someone feel like they truly belong and are set up for success from day one. And just think about the sheer scale of this in a pre-opening. You're not just onboarding 1 or 2 people here and there. Nope. You're integrating hundreds of new employees across dozens of different departments, all at the same time. It has to run like clockwork. We're talking military precision here, because there is absolutely no room for error when you're operating at this kind of volume. So, how do you manage that? Well, it really breaks down into 3 distinct parts. First up is administrative onboarding. This is all the contracts, the legal stuff. You want this done and dusted, ideally before training even kicks off. Then you've got IT and access. Can everyone actually log in? Do they have access to the systems they need from the get-go? And finally, physical provisioning. This is the tangible stuff, the name badges, the locker keys, and of course, the uniforms. So what happens when this whole process fails? What's the real cost if this well-oiled machine just falls apart? Well, here you go. The consequences are pretty severe. A messy onboarding process creates instant chaos and frustration. It basically sends a giant signal to your new team that the organization is disorganized. And that just poisons morale before the first guest has even walked through the door. Reversing that kind of negative first impression is incredibly difficult. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about something physical, the uniform. And believe me, this is so much more than just a set of clothes. It's a powerful piece of your brand identity and a huge part of the employee value proposition. You see, a lot of places just think of a uniform as functional attire, right? Something to wear to work. But in a luxury property, it is a statement. It's a piece of your brand's identity. It communicates the hotel's entire aesthetic and its standards, not just to the guest, but just as importantly, to the employee who's wearing it. It needs to feel like professional wear, not a costume. And getting this right is a real balancing act between 3 critical things. First, obviously, the design has to scream your brand. It has to align perfectly. But second, it's got to be practical and comfortable for people who are on their feet all day doing physically demanding work. And finally, you have the sheer logistics of it all, sizing and distributing hundreds, sometimes thousands of uniform pieces. That alone is a monumental task. And this is a key insight for all of you at Europe Hotel School. I mean, you can have the most beautifully designed uniform in the world, but if your team finds it impractical to work in, it's basically worthless. So involving employees in the feedback process, that's not just about getting the pockets right. It's a powerful gesture of respect. It shows them you value their real-world experience, and it builds incredible buy-in. So when you nail all of that, the great design, the comfort, the smooth logistics, the uniform transforms. It stops being just clothing, and it becomes a real badge of honor. It reinforces an employee's professional pride and that feeling of belonging to an elite team. All right, now we're going even deeper behind the scenes to what I honestly believe is the heart of the hotel. If you really want to know if a property lives by an employee-first philosophy, don't look at the fancy mission statement on the wall. No, go look at the quality of its back-of-house facilities. And this table just lays it all out, doesn't it? The contrast is stark. Ask yourself, is the staff cafeteria just an afterthought with sad, low-quality food? Or is it a clean, modern space serving nutritious meals that your own culinary team would be proud of? Are the locker rooms cramped and dirty, or are they spacious, secure, and kept to the same high standard as the guest areas? This right here is where your culture stops being words and becomes a physical reality. Let's be perfectly clear. In the luxury market, this is not a nice to have. It's a non-negotiable. Excellent back-of-house facilities have to be planned with the same meticulous detail as the guest-facing areas. Think of it this way. This isn't just an expense. It's a direct investment in your team's dignity, their well-being, and ultimately in their ability to deliver that exceptional service you're famous for. Okay, so all the big pieces are in place. The team is onboarded, they have their amazing uniforms, their facilities are top-notch and ready to go. Now, we enter the final countdown to opening day. This is where leadership really has to step up and bring it all home. This final week is all about precise execution. So about a week out, you publish those first critical operational schedules. Then, maybe midweek, you do something really special. You hold a back-of-house grand opening event led by the GM to really celebrate these new employee spaces. And in those last couple of days, HR is doing a final sweep, making sure every single piece of documentation is perfect for that all-important first payroll. And really, this is the ultimate takeaway from all of this. When you focus on making the employee experience, from that first job offer all the way to the comfort of their locker room, as positive and seamless as the guest experience, you're not just being nice, you're strategically building the foundation for a strong, a resilient, and a genuinely guest-focused service culture. And that is what will define your long-term success. So, as you all move forward in your careers, I want you to carry this one question with you. When those front doors finally swing open to the public, will you be confident that the unseen foundation you've built for your team is strong enough to support the immense weight of expectation? Think about that.